Appreciate you joining me today. We are going to be looking in Romans 16 at Phoebe and a few others from the account. Our hymn is an old hymn. I'm not familiar with this one, Down in the Valley.
Are you dwelling in the sunlight? Is your path with roses strewn? Do you walk with buoyant gladness in the steps that you have hewed? Have you reached the top of Pisgah, climbing always firm and true? Don't forget that in the valley there is someone needing you. Lend a hand to help a brother who is striving hard and true. Don't forget that in the valley there is someone needing you.
As I said, not familiar with it, but just a beautiful hymn and a wonderful message. We're in Romans 16, verse 1. I commend to you Phoebe, our sister, who is a servant of the church in Centuria, that you may receive her in the Lord in a worthy manner of the saints, and assist her in whatever business she has need of you. For indeed she has been a helper of many and of myself also. Greet Priscilla and Aquila, my fellow workers in Christ Jesus, and you have the conclusionary remarks here at the end of Romans. What points might we make? Well, one, from verse 1, Phoebe, who is a servant of the church in Centuria. We need to be servants. We are called to be servants. As we go through life, as the hymn said, we are thankful for the Lord's blessings. But we also need to be mindful and walk circumspectly and care for others. Hebrews, it talks about looking for others, strengthening the hands that hang down and the feeble knees. You have that passage. We need to be mindful of those in the valley. And we are our brothers and sisters' keeper. We need to be servants. That's what we are called to be. The word here for servant is the female version of the word for deacon. It's not an official position. That's not what it is. It's a work. And it's serving, and that's what Phoebe did. Phoebe served. And in that, she's a good example for us. Not only should we serve, we should also, verse 2, Paul wants the Romans to assist her in whatever business she has need of. So not only are we called to serve, we are called to assist those who are serving. We need to serve the servants. You might think about Moses in the Old Testament. Do you remember the account when he was he was weary, and Aaron and Hur stand on his sides and they assist him? You might think about, I believe Joshua is also called Moses' assistant. You might think about those things. We are called to assist one another, to minister. You might think about to minister to the ministers, serve the servants, things along those lines. We all need help. Phoebe helped others, but Phoebe also needed help. And then you have the conclusionary remarks. And I just want to make the point that we need to recognize servants. And it's a wonderful thing. A preacher friend of mine who has since passed away, a servant of the church, named Sean Cavender, was preaching on this passage one time, and he made a good point about Paul naming these brethren individually, and that he loved these brethren individually. We talk about our names being in the Lamb's Book of Life. Well, surely it's not only the Lord who knows his brethren individually, that we also love one another and help one another and pray for one another and greet one another individually. Priscilla and Aquila, all of these individuals that Paul is calling by name. And some of them, it's more general, the brethren who are with them, the church that is in their house, speaking of Priscilla and Aquila. Verse 15, all the saints who are with them. But all of these names, greet one another with a holy kiss. The churches of Christ greet you. Recognizing each other individually. It's a good thing, isn't it? Recognize servants, assist servants, be servants. And the individual nature as each part does its share. Appreciate you. Hope you have a good day. Join us tomorrow for another portion of our daily praise.